And I'll tell you what, don't even get me started on two queer, free gear Kia. The following transmission contains adult language. Viewer discretion is advised. Why, hello! How the devil are we? Good. It's me, remember me? Yes, I didn't do a video last week. Didn't get round to it. Had a few issues with my little dog, Sally, who I thought had an abscess or an infection of some sort. Booked her into the vets. The vet had a look. Said, oh no, don't like the look of that. That looks like an angry lump. We need to get rid of that. Oh joy. So she was booked in for surgery 2 days later. And then the surgeon rang on the day and said, well, I've had a look at this. We're not going to do any surgery. There's nothing to remove. I've looked at it. It is just an abscess. I've aspirated it. There's no mast cells or anything horrible in there. Have some antibiotics and off you go. So I had a whole few days of stress. But anyway, that's all drivel, isn't it? As usual. Oh my good God. So I tell you what, I'm loving the top box. Dead handy. So yes, I thought I'd ride the bike in and have a whinge. Because believe it or not, I don't just go out on the bike and just talk garbage into the microphone. Well, I do. And you'd be well forgiven for thinking that's the case. I usually like to have something to say rather than just talking for the sake of it. And I do once I finish complaining about these fucking traffic lights that have been here for too long now and are doing absolutely fucking sweet FA. There is a water pump that's not running, and it has one hose which runs into the brook down there. What the hell is it doing? It's not even running. It's doing nothing. I think they're just trolling us at this point. I'll show you. Look, it's doing nothing. Not a fucking thing. Look at that updraft over there. Right. So, main whinge. Now, I may be mistaken. So, we could disregard this, and I apologise if I turn out to be completely mistaken, which is highly possible. But I want to talk about Royal Enfield's upcoming classic Bullet 650. What is it? I don't know. I've seen reports refer to it as the classic 650. I've seen reports refer to it as the Bullet 650. I've seen a headline referring to the classic Bullet 650. I've read a report that says that the classic 650 is coming out, and that the Bullet 650 is going to be something different. And I've also read reports that say the see, even I'm confused. The Bullet 650 is the classic. So I don't frickin' know. What I do know is that the classic 650, let's call it that, what a disappointment. Royal Enfield, you lazy bastards. You are taking the piss out of your consumer base. I feel aggrieved, and I don't buy Royal Enfields. I've had one, but I wouldn't consider myself a Royal Enfield enthusiast. I mean, if we look at it, I can see no real discernible difference at all between the classic 650 as pictured here, that was snapped and whatnot in the UK, and the Super Meteor. This to me is almost as bad as the 350 Bullet. Again, Royal Enfield, you lazy piss-taking bastards, fleecing your loyal, enthusiastic consumer base who, like Apple fans, just seem to suck up anything that you throw at them. Willfully. That 350 Bullet is nothing, absolutely nothing more than the classic 350 with a different seat on it. And maybe, I can't remember, maybe they changed the shape of a side panel. Piss-taking bastards. And it was only so that they could say that the Bullet had remained in continual production. I suspect. Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. The classic 650? It's it's the same tank. Okay, so I've seen photos. It's got the tiger eye headlight cowl on it. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-frickin-doo. It is my understanding that the Bullet was always a single-cylinder machine. Always has been. And yes, you can call whatever you want a Bullet. But surely something that is as iconic as the Bullet deserves its own 600cc or 650cc single engine. Base it on the J platform, bore it out. Maybe that's what they're going to do. I don't know. But looking at the reports, I am led to believe that that is not the case, and that it is just going to be the same tired effing 650 twin engine. It riles me. I know all the manufacturers do it. They all use an engine. Engines are expensive to develop, right? Frames are expensive to develop, and so it makes sense you want to maximise the use of them. Yeah, I'm riding the Transalp. The Transalp shares a platform with the Hornet, which I had previously. It uses the same dash, it uses the same controls, it uses the same engine. The frame is very similar. I think the subframe is a different width and different shape. But if you park this next to a Hornet, they don't look the same. They don't ride the same. They feel completely different. The Africa Twin and the NT1100. They share a common platform, but you look at them and they're very different bikes for very different purposes. The CL500, the Rebel 500, the CB500X, they all share the same engine. It's fine, it's done, it's what manufacturers do. But again, you look at those bikes, they don't all look the same. You know the CL500 is based on the Rebel to some description, or vice versa, because of where the ignition key is. So yeah, that's annoyed me. And what else has annoyed me is that shit. That shit. This, up until the weekend that's just gone, 4 or 5 days ago, was your standard 70 mile an hour national speed limit, 2-lane dual carriageway. Not anymore, it isn't. Hello, 60 mile an hour. You absolute shithawks. And why? Why? Because there've been accidents along here. Well, there are on roads, unfortunately. Driving is a risky business. Chris Loader, arsehole MP for West Dorset, had been campaigning, along with a handful of whining fuckwits that live in these little villages, that 70 mile an hour is too fast. It has the speed limit of a motorway, but without the safety features. It's peppered with junctions. So, if a tractor pulls out of here and I hit it at 60 mile an hour, I'm as dead as I would have been at 70. Okay, the most problematic junction is just down the bottom of this little hill here, and it's a crossroads. And I believe the last time there was a fatality there, it was in the fog, and somebody was doing in excess of 60 miles an hour in the fog, and they collided around here somewhere. Now, making this 60 mile an hour would have made no difference to the outcome of that, I'm afraid. So what they should have done is either put a speed camera in there and some proper signage. They can do that, you know. They've done it at the top of Stour Hill, which is a blind crossroads at the top of a hill. Right on the brow of a hill, on a corner. And there's a big sign that flashes that says, warning, obscure junction ahead. Or words to that effect. But no, let's just follow everyone else and just knock 10 mile an hour off the speed limit. And why does it animate me so much? Because it's just another chipping away at it, isn't it? It goes in lockstep with the assault that we've seen on the motorist, in which they've decided to consistently, in so many places, just arbitrarily lower the speed limit by 10 miles an hour. It will make no difference to the congestion here. It won't deter the people who... I mean, in his little press piece about it that he did, he's like, and a speed of over 120 mile an hour had been reported. Well, do you think that that person is now not going to do 120 miles an hour because it's now 60 instead of 70? Of course not. Anyone who's going to speed recklessly will continue to do so. They should use the 85th percentile rule, which would be setting the speed limit to the average speed that 85% of the traffic travels along a stretch of road, because that tells you the kind of speed that people are prepared to do along it. And what happens is, when you introduce ridiculously low speed limits in places that apparently don't need them, people are less likely to pay heed to them. We all know of zones that have been reduced to 20 mile an hour because there's a school along there somewhere. But the local council are too vindictive to set a transitory speed limit that's active during school time and school hours and reverts to 30 outside of it. So no, fuck it, we'll make the whole lot 20 mile an hour for no good reason. Cyclists travel faster than 20 mile an hour. I do trust I haven't alienated anybody. You know. Oh. But by all means, leave your thoughts on Royal Enfield's latest offering. Put me right. Tell me I'm wrong. It's just my opinion. And on that charming note, I shall say toodaloo, tatty bye, and I shall catch you next time.